Welcome to All Gems, No Crumbs, Boutique Edition, where we leave fluff at the door and serve strategy that sells. If you're tired of running your boutique on vibes and guesswork, you're in the right place. I've been coaching boutique owners since 2018 and I have seen it all. Whether you sell online, at pop-ups, or through DMs, I'm here to make sure your brand stands out, your content converts, and your coins make sense. Let's make strategy the new aesthetic because cute clothes don't pay the bills without a plan. Let's get into it. Hey, jewelers. It's me, Ikenisha. Welcome back to All Gems, No Crumbs. And I know I am going to sound like, I don't know, like I'm really late on talking about this subject, but the past couple weeks have been super busy for your girl. Like I've been doing a lot. So today we're going to be talking about an event that had everything to do with fashion, but even more to do with strategy. And I'm talking about the 2025 Met Gala. It was amazing. It wasn't just beautiful, it was intentional. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. And we're going to connect it with boutique owners or with boutiques or even with product based businesses, but more so boutiques because we're talking about fashion here, okay? So it was also rooted in legacy. That was something else that I thought was really interesting, and I love that. It was a masterclass in visual storytelling. And the theme, if you are not aware, even though it was weeks ago, so you should be aware by now, it was Superfine, Tailoring Black Style. And it was inspired by Black Dandyism. And it wasn't just about the clothes, it was more about commanding presence, reclaiming space, and using fashion as a powerful statement. So the question is today, what can you learn from that as a boutique owner or entrepreneur? So we're going to break it all the way down. This isn't going to be a long episode. I just wanted to come in with some quick points and give you all some quick action steps that I want you all to take and then go from there. So, first, we're going to talk about Black Dandyism. So, Black Dandyism was never about blending in. It was about reclaiming visibility in a world that tried to erase Black expression. The fashion was loud, it was intentional, it was refined, and deeply rooted in our culture. And every look said, see me, hear me, know that I belong here. And what I want you to take away from that is your brand should never whisper. It should walk in a room and say exactly what it is. So you need to ask yourself, if someone scrolled my Instagram for 10 seconds, can they tell what I sell, who it's for, and why it's different? Does my website feel like an experience or just a store? And that's something I think a lot of people do not put a lot of emphasis on, or a lot of, not emphasis, what's the word? I guess they don't put a lot of time into it. So what I've noticed just throughout the years that is one of two things. Either people don't put a lot of effort. That's the word I was thinking about. A lot of people either don't put a lot of effort into their website or they overthink it. So you need to find that happy medium. But your website, it is a store, but it needs to be an experience. Don't just think because you're online that it's different. It's not. It's actually harder. And you also need to ask yourself, am I blending in because I'm too scared to stand out? Now, I want you all to look at one of my favorites. We're going to talk about some of my favorite looks as well. I love Teyana Taylor. My number one was Jodie Turner. Jodie Turner and Teyana Taylor were my tops. Love them. But Teyana Taylor, she wore a blazer style, like velvet cape with lace sleeves, and it was blending masculine tailoring and feminine softness. And that's duality. And that's storytelling. That's also strategy. So your action step that I want you to do, I want you to write a 2-line brand identity statement. And then I want you to put it at the top of your content planner. So you should have a content planner. If you don't, either you are just amazing and you can do it without a content planner, or you're not planning your content strategically. So if you have a digital one, put it at the top. If you have one like me, I have to write everything down. That's how everything connects for me. Put it at the top of that. And if your next post doesn't align with that two-line brand identity that you put at the top of that planner, then you need to scrap it. It's a chop, okay? Your content should speak your brand's identity all the time, period, full stop. I'm going to say it again. Your content should speak your brand's identity, okay? So again, you need to write a two-line brand identity statement. You need help? Ask ChatGPT to help you. Y'all already know. I'm gonna always recommend using ChatGPT. It's almost in my blood now. Okay. So my other favorite was Janelle Monáe. I forgot about Janelle Monáe, but I had to bring her up too. So Janelle Monáe, she didn't just show up dressed for the theme; she embodied it. Okay, like her look, it wasn't just a fit; it was a message, and the pieces had a purpose. It was amazing. So if you did not see her piece, please go see her piece. And like that's the key. Like your collections should tell a story, not just exist. And so you should have collections. I talked about this in the previous episode that was part of my rebrand, and what I changed is that I started dropping collections, not just new arrivals that felt random. Collections for me were better. So if you uh drop product with no narrative, because that's what collections do, they gives you narrative, you're depending on chance. But when you lead with a story, your audience connects, they end up desiring it and wanting it, and then they buy. So like, for example, instead of you launching or just launching, spring new arrivals, because spring was about to be summer, but whatever, spring new arrivals, what if you created a campaign called soft power, and it is built around tailored pieces for women reclaiming their confidence in the workspace? See, this makes me want to go back into the business because I just think of things on the fly. So, like, I need to be back in here, but I just don't want to. Anywho, what did I just say? Soft Power. That'll be the name of the collection. Soft Power, and it is built around tailored pieces for women reclaiming their confidence in the workplace. Boom. Or you could have one called the main character or the main character edit. And it could be full of bold colors and silhouettes for your most dramatic customers or your customers who are daring. You know what I'm saying? So what I want you to do is to start naming your collections. And if you don't have collections, make collections. And they need to tell a story. They need to be for a certain person. So that way that particular person feels like, oh my God, this is for me. I'm glad I came across this on Instagram. I gotta buy it. You know? And then I want you to build like a mini campaign around each one. And you're going to include storytelling in your captions, your emails, and even your packaging, because facts tell, but stories sell. Okay? Now, the Met Gala, it worked this year particularly because it was rooted in something bigger than the moment of the Met Gala. And it also wasn't trying to go viral. I mean, it was going to go viral, but it was trying to tell the truth. And because of that, it went viral anyway. But Met Gala goes viral, but this year, even more people were in tune with it because of what it was rooted in. And it was cultural, and cultural relevance isn't about copying trends. It's about understanding what matters to your customer and reflecting that through your branding. You don't have to center Black dandyism unless that's your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your thing, cool. Do that. But you do need to center your community. So what I mean by that is, if you serve Christian women, how does your brand reflect their values while still being fashion forward? Because you can be fashion forward and not have revealing clothing. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say you serve plus size baddies. So are you actually creating space for them, or are you just squeezing them into extended sizes? There is a difference. You create the community, create the story, create the passion, show your passion. So what I want you to do is poll the audience that you have. Ask them, what are you tired of seeing from boutiques? Plain and simple. Ask them that. What would make shopping more empowering for you? and build campaigns around those answers. So you can poll them either through your email list and or social media. You should be doing both. Social media and your email list. And see if you get answers. If you don't get answers, post on your personal social media and just ask people and then go from there. So I wanted to talk about something else. I just totally lost my train of thought. I was gonna say, oh, okay, I remember. So one other thing, like I want to keep it 100. Like a lot of boutique owners, this is something I I learned this myself, and I want to bring this in here because the Met Gala was luxury, and I remember when I first started helping boutique owners and coaching them and all of that stuff. Everybody kept talking about that they wanted a luxury brand or their brand was luxurious and all of that BS. But their prices didn't reflect that or their website didn't reflect that. You know what I'm saying? Like luxury whispers. You know what I'm saying? Like someone that's luxurious, they don't have to tell you they're luxurious. You can just tell. And a lot of boutique owners think that they need to be affordable. And luxury truly is not affordable to everyone. It's not attainable to everyone. It is and it isn't, if you get what I'm saying. But a lot of boutique owners think being affordable is a flex. And you can be affordable if you want, but affordable without strategy is just burnout and cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't correlate to me. But what the Met Gala showed us, especially with my other two favorites, Diana Ross and Zendaya, is that luxury is a feeling. It's elegance, it's intention, presence. You can't buy that, but you can build it. But you have to build it correctly. So if you want to position your brand as premium or luxury, then you need clean, consistent branding, no random fonts, no filters, and all the other crap I keep saying. You need detailed product descriptions. Like this piece truly matters because I used to go to people's websites and when I did website audits all the time, and the product descriptions were either boring, bland, basic. That was pretty good alliteration. And they just didn't move. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to be persuasive. They have to also tell a story. Your customer has to feel the words on the screen because you're not there in person to persuade her to buy. You also need clear, seamless customer experience, like the email, the shipping, all of that. The customer experience has to be right, has to be on point. And then again, you need to have thoughtful launches, not random new arrivals. Okay. If you have a thoughtful, well put together launch campaign, I'm telling you, you will see a difference in your sales. So what I want you to do is go look at your last 3 product drops. Did you launch with a theme? Did you prep your audience in advance? Were you talking about it and building urgency and building curiosity? Did you send emails with a curated copy? And did you have a reason why someone should care about that launch? If not, you're playing small and luxury cannot live in chaos. Woo! Look, as usual, I give out some great one-liners that need to be on a t-shirt somewhere. What did I just say? You're playing small and luxury cannot live in chaos. So all y'all that keep saying you got a luxury brand, you got a premium brand and all that other stuff, if I feel chaos on your Instagram page, if I feel chaos on your website, it's not luxurious. Okay? Now, what I did love about this Met Gala as well is that it didn't beg for likes. You know what I'm saying? Like we be on Instagram begging for the likes, but it walked in legacy. It reminded us that style isn't just seasonal, it's cultural, it's generational, it's deeply rooted, like I said before. So are you building a brand that people will still remember a year from now? Because we're still going to remember some of those looks a year from now. Or are you chasing what's trending this week? Are you chasing and copying what other boutiques that you see that are bigger than yours doing? Legacy brands, they show up consistently. They know who they're for. They say no to what doesn't fit their values or their branding. They don't need to go viral because they're already valuable. You don't need to worry about going viral. I remember doing a Instagram Live years ago about virality and how it really is not that big a deal. My boutiques page never went viral. I never had a post go viral. I didn't give a shit. I was still getting sales. I was still getting known. I was still getting attention. And I was getting attention from those who mattered. Like, there are some big boutiques who have never been on Fashion Bomb Daily, and I was up there 3 times. 3 times. Never went viral. Never had more than 10K followers. But I was up there. I was able to meet Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was able to meet stylists who were super important. I'm not going to name no names, but I did the dang thing. So something else I want you all to do. I want you to write a brand legacy mission. And it's not going to be for your audience. It's going to be for you. This way you know exactly what kind of boutique are you building. What do you want people to feel when they buy from you? I want you to print it. I want you to frame it. I want you to build around it. Okay? It's called a brand legacy mission. And it's just for you. So, again, I didn't want this episode to be too long. I just wanted you all to know a few takeaways that I got from the Met Gala and how not we, because I'm not a boutique owner anymore, what you as boutique owners could learn from it and what made the Met Gala, wow, Jesus. What made it iconic wasn't just the fashion. It was the intentionality. It was the depth. It was the identity. It was the legacy. It was everything. It was for the culture. And it was amazing. And that's exactly what your boutique needs. Because cute product won't keep you in business, but strategy, vision, purpose, that's forever. Okay? That's what you all got to get. So, of course, I do have 2 things for you all. Be sure to check out my storytelling bundle. It is great. Of course, I'm going to say that, but it's great. It has a really good ebook that I wrote called Storytelling, Marketing, and Sales. And it's all about, obviously, storytelling and how you can use it to build your business. And then included in that storytelling bundle is also storytelling hooks. And it is what it sounds like. It's hooks that are encouraging storytelling from you. And then the other thing I want you to pick up is my boutique strategy blueprint. So it includes 3 different things. So you have a plug and play template, a strategic content calendar guide, but the main thing I want you all to pay attention to as well is the drop launch planner that's in there. And it's all about planning your next launch. And I think you all would really benefit from it. So again, it's called the Boutique Strategy Blueprint. And then my other one is the Storytelling Bundle. So I should have links in my show notes. If you're watching this on YouTube, it should be in the description box. If you can't find it, just go to my website, theikenishaj.com. And you should find everything there. I'm actually on my website now. And why do I not see my storytelling bundle appear anymore? What the heck? Interessante. Okay. It should be there, but okay, whatever. So it should be there by the time y'all get to it. So, if you love this episode, be sure to follow, subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. Share this. Remember, I'm trying to build a good following here on my podcast. So please be sure to share it. Let people know, that it's not just about, boutiques. It's business as a whole. And also, as you all learned last episode, it's also about mindset and healing. If you haven't listened to my last episode, it was all about my healing journey and how shadow work helped me. So go back and listen to that. It is a long episode, but I do get real raw. I get deep. I ask you some deep questions for you to think about. It's pretty good. So yeah, be sure to share it with somebody, anybody who's building their brands. Okay. So be sure to catch me next week. Yeah, you will catch me next week, but remember, something else I forgot to tell you. I noticed that in my other boutique edition that I said every Thursday. It's not every Thursday. I only do boutique edition podcast episodes on the 1st and 4th Thursday of each month. I don't know why I never said that, but 1st and 4th Thursdays are my boutique edition podcast episodes. Okay. All right. So again, Catch me next week for another gem of advice. And you know, I'm not going to leave no crumbs.